Welcome to my channel. Topic for this week: your silence can't be used against you. But in the red light camera program, they violate your rights of silence. Before we do that, well, the first thing we do at CZAR Network is what? We take the oath. Here is the oath that the elected officials take. I'll support, defend, and protect the U.S. Constitution. That's what they don't do nowadays. They enforce guideline, manner, and policy written by businesses or government entities to circumvent proper procedure. Circumvent your constitutional rights. The right to proper due process. That's what they try to avoid. In the Raleigh Camera program, people, there's so many unethical practices, deceptive practices, so many, let's say, they bypass the courts, violate your rights. See, your government must follow law. Look at it. The government must obey the law and follow all legal procedure and safeguard. They don't do that. They use a process system to bypass the courts. I say they had perfect scam. We're gonna fix it, people. See, government like to use manual guidelines and policy, according with written guidelines provided by local government. That's how they fool 99% of the people. And that's what we got to fix. That's what this channel is about. Educating government, hey, or businesses, or the lawyers, attorneys about this. Hey, you guys enforcing guidelines, policy and manual. It's not civil procedure or criminal procedure. You can't be doing that. You're a representative, you're commissioner, senator, politician, mayor. See, you pick them to represent you. Think of them as your attorney. That's what they should be doing. They should be a watchdog or a corruption czar. Prevent government take away your rights. See, the government, I call indoctrinate everybody with false narrative. They got everybody believe when lawmakers make laws, they find the sympathy or criminality. No, they find what they want. And what happened is the education system, they I said they use a false narrative to teach everybody. Look, the gap between what you learn in law school and what you actually practice still problematical. There's a gap between what the steps are taught in law school and what I say in real life. Okay, that's the problem. They know it. The government lie and cheat, like I tell everybody. They get people catching on now. I've been watching a lot of social media this week, and a lot of people coming out and say, hey, yeah, the government lied about the coronavirus. They lied about the Trump stuff, Russian collusion. You see what I'm talking about, people? UFOs. You see, government lie all the time to you. And part of the deceptive practice is the fear of education you're ignorant of the law. This should be taught in school, right here. The old saying, ignorant of the law is no excuse. You are responsible to follow the rules and procedures that govern court procedure, even rules of evidence. The Raleigh Camera program, they don't follow rules of evidence or proper civil procedure or criminal procedure. They use a process system to bypass the courts. We got to fix. This week, the articles I got this week, I got off. What I do is Sundays is the beginning of the week. So Sunday or Monday, I'll start doing my videos. So, but what I do during the week, I post stuff on social media. I do most of my stuff on Twitter. So, and Facebook too. And this is where I get my article this week. We're talking about off my Twitter page because I'm active with it. I'm trying to educate government agency, a politician, lawyer, attorney, anybody who in position to make get this out, to educate my education, like reporters and stuff. Hey, I got information about the camera program. It's unethical. They violate everybody's rights. Let's try to fix it. And it can't look. The officer must make decision the same, and they decide to issue roadside citation. They don't. Here's what number one thing they don't do. The first thing they do when cops pull you over, what do? Ask for ID, driver license. The red light camera person never ask for it. All they ask for is tag information. So what I tell people is this. If you get pulled over a cop, you do not have to show your driver license because the 14th Amendment, equal application law, equal protection of the law. You can't have both ways. You can't have a camera company illegal access to driver information without a court order. Remember, I want to try a thing called V-Verify. I want to start the court fixed the computer database system. Because what happened? You got camera company processing everything. Remember, the violation of it is not a real traffic infraction. Now they violate driver protection laws. Okay, illegal access to state database is a crime. And then what happened is when police pull you over, there's false information in the state database. They'll take you straight to jail. We got to stop that false arrest. Remember, to take away your right, your privileges, to fine you, for restriction on you got to have court hearing. There are laws about that. Like your Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights is not a list of things the government gives you. It's a list of things the government can't take away from you. That's the right, the due process. The right that means silent. I took some notes about the silent part of it, people. I'm going to show you something. Okay, there's a thing called Breeden versus Georgia. It tell you got to have a hearing to take away your rights. Or put restriction on a fine or fee. And if people don't pay it, guess what? You go back and court and find out why they didn't pay it. And the most you can do is community service. You can't put somebody in jail who can't pay a debt. That's what they got in the red light camera program. If you don't pay the man, they already spend your driver's license without a court hearing. Then they can't do that. They violate this constitutional law. You see what I'm talking about? By means of hearing. You got to have a hearing legally to do anything against anybody. Force somebody to pay a fine, a fee. Force somebody restrictions on a driver's license. Spend some of the driver. You got to have court hearing. That's what the lawmaker made a mistake. They think by writing their own guidelines, they can bypass it. They can't do that. I'll go and win in court. I like to tweet the Florida court, the Florida Supreme Court. Okay, here you go. Lawyers said, your sign cannot be used against you. 2, it can't be forced or tricked to give away your rights. You got a right to me sign it. The red light camera money laundering scheme violate our right to this procedure, legal procedure. You do not have to respond to the letter, like I said. That's what they did. They said if you don't respond to the letter, we'll suspend your driver's license. Guess what? You got to have a court hearing. Then they put false information in state database, never had a hearing. You see what I'm talking about? False arrest. Okay? Guess what? That's illegal. I've done videos on this topic. You know, what did the coronavirus have taught us about? Your rights become before your safety. And the government abused that with arbitrary law. That's why we're going to win the red light camera program, because all they trying to say, oh, it's for your safety. Let's read this stuff right here, guys. Okay, let's read this, okay, people, right here. Let me pull this up. Neither the Constitution nor the state law impose a general duty upon police officers or other government officials to protect individual persons from harm. You hear that? So, like I said, your rights become before safety. So the red light camera program is an illegal program. Think about it. The Supreme Court also repeated that the government only duty to protect a person who are in custody. You hear that? So the government had no responsibility to have red light camera program, red light camera, because their job, you have your right. You think about that, people. You don't get your right in the red light camera program. Okay, other topic. This guy trying to run for governor. He didn't want to start a red light camera program as a governor. He signed his plan and he accessory to crimes. He was The governor, let's check this out. Well, guess what he did? He got on Twitter and run his mouth again. Okay, hear what he said. Chris calling the governor to stand to confront the state rule in Capitol Raleigh. You know what I said? Hey, I call on the governor to investigate Carly Chris and his part in the redneck Cameron perfect murdering scheme. The misuse of government agency to enforce. Million people got stored money, and people got false arrests. People got the driver's license suspended. People got a lot of things, auto insurance. Got auto insurance raised. All that illegal, people. Oh, I tweeted her this week because she gave a great speech on the border. Okay, she got passion for border control. Okay, because my thing is, if she got a passion for that, I got a passion for our rights. Her job is to protect our rights and safety. That's why I'm gonna try to get in contact with her again. Say, hey, listen me out. Let's fix what's broken in government. I saw something on Twitter, the pipe hitter. I'm a pipe hitter. Think about it. Someone who are willing to go to the extreme, willing to go to the extreme in order to get something accomplished. Someone who will accomplish at any time with no question asked. I'm going to shut down the relic camera program, force them to pay back all the money and pay damages. I was shackled in jail for no reason. The government agent confirmed I'm correct. I got a legal right to make a right-hand turn the way I did. The government agent confirmed I'm correct. Then my public defender had me mail incompetent to avoid trial. That's the illegal defense. And I've provided information to the public defense office, government agency. I won court rulings on relic camera. I won rulings to stop special driver license. I won rulings not to pay any fines. And government agency don't pass that information on. It violates the Bradley Doctrine. The evidence. I can stop every suspension of driver license for the relic camera period. All ticket are illegal. I won court rulings that I provided it. Okay, let's do a recount. Rick talked about you got a right to be. Here we go. Your silent can't be used against you. Okay, let's read it. Can't be forced or tricked to give up your rights. In the relic camera program, they tell you need to sign an affidavit if you're not a driver. You don't speak to them. You see what I'm talking about? Okay. We covered everything here. So if you got any comment or any questions or any topic you want me to cover, let me know. What you gonna do when corrupted driver help me? Thank you for tuning in.